Okay. Good morning. Good morning, everyone who's not there yet because it's too damn early. It has been forever. Good morning. Good morning, everyone who may or may not be there. Okay. Let's get ourselves back into the regular life instead of living this holiday life we've been living for the last few weeks. I had a nice little time off. It was real nice. And now, yeah, we're ready to get back into things. What up, Chuck? What up, Sean? All right, so my guest today on the show is going to be Jake Thompson from Bob 106.9. He's the afternoon host there. He's going to be joining me on the Marshall and Friends show this morning. I will play some trivia for some EnMarket Savannah Hockey Classic tickets. We'll get into our question of the day. We're going to talk the Georgia-Alabama National Championship Game and how a certain team is favored that probably shouldn't. We'll also get into the Jake Paul and Dana White fiasco that is currently going on as well. That kind of popped off all over the weekend. Marshall's Music News. We'll talk about the EnMarket Golden Ticket, which is awesome. So yeah, all sorts of stuff that we'll get to on the show today. How was everyone's holiday? Charles, Sean, good holiday, I'm guessing, hopefully. Anyone else who may be on? I don't know. I can't see the screen right now. But hopefully everything was good. I mean, I obviously had a lot of time off. I did a trip to Jacksonville this past weekend. Went and hit up two breweries I haven't been to in a very long time, Southern Swells and Green Door, I think. Yeah, Green Door. And then, let's see, I watched a ton of movies. Watched some Cobra Kai over the weekend. I got through like the first 4 episodes of season 4. It's real Cobra Kai. And then it looks like I won my fantasy football championship game last night in like one of my leagues. So I'm very excited. I had a good little couple days, weeks-ish off. So nothing to really complain about. It was nice to get a little time off, step away from the radio station a little bit. And now here we are in this weird mythical land of 2022. So let's go. Let's do this. Charles says we took Christmas Eve off. Good for you, man. You worked most of the time. Damn. Sean says, how about Antonio Brown acting like a little baby back bitch yesterday? Those are my words, I think. Yeah, dude, it was. I've never seen anything like it. Like, I've seen players quit, like, playing hard on the field, but I've never seen a player literally take off his stuff and just walk straight off the field like Antonio Brown did yesterday. That was outstanding. Like, I don't even know. I mean, like, they make so much money. Like, is he just not worried about making that money? Maybe because he's like, maybe he's not a regular person. Maybe he has all this money saved up from making, being an elite athlete over these last few years. But, like, I couldn't just, like, out of a moment of frustration, just quit my job the way Antonio Brown did yesterday. And it's really funny because if you looked online, he actually called an Uber to come pick him up from the stadium. There's actually pictures of him waiting outside of, I believe it's called MetLife Stadium, where the Jets play. And, yeah, he had to, like, Uber himself to the airport. He didn't even get a ride home from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Sean says, I finished Shameless and have almost finished my reattempt of the first season of The Witcher. Oh, good for you. Holly, good morning. Yeah, but Antonio Brown yesterday, just walking straight off the field and quitting his job. Maybe that was an incredible move. Maybe I'm just jealous, honestly, of a person who could just, with reckless abandon, just quit his job and not think of any sort of ramification. Yep. Morning, Holly. Happy New Year, everyone. 2022. Weird, right? I haven't messed it up yet, so we'll see how soon it takes me to accidentally say 2021. All right, guys, we got about 4-ish minutes or so before we jump on to our question of the day. Our question of the day is, what are you way too old to be doing but still do anyway? So feel free to morning, Jake. Feel free to hit us up with your stories here on the chat. Once again, our question of the day, which we're getting to here in about 4 minutes or so, is what are you way too old to be doing but still do anyway? Let's get Jake on the live stream here. Still reeling from that big-time Bengals win, huh?
Woo! I'm pretty sure my new neighbors hate me. I was screaming and shouting the whole time. It was a good day. It was a good day.
Man,
good day to be a Bengal.
That Bengals game yesterday against the Chiefs, ridiculous. It was 34-31.
Yeah, it was a tight one going down to the end, and like the whole ending sequence. I honestly, like, when that game finished, I could feel my blood pressure just like release, and I just it was crazy, absolutely crazy. But it was awesome.
It sounds like you just orgasmed.
A little bit.
Yeah, it sounds like you just
Little bit. No, it was good, man. First division title win since 2015. Been a lot of crap over the last couple years, so
yeah.
it was good. It was good.
Sean says, I did not want to get on the plane and leave Savannah. Came back to negative 28 degrees. Does it go that low?
Jeez.
I half-assed day off work, then off for a 3-day weekend. Yeah, no kidding, man. Jeez.
Well, man, it is super cold down here too, I guess, kind of, for Savannah.
It got really breezy last night. I woke up and someone's car cover was like wrapped around my mailbox.
Oh, nice.
Guess I'll move this.
A lot of your neighbors have like really nice cars they keep covered too, so that's probably bad for them if the cover's away.
I just feel like they've made a bunch of bad financial decisions if they live in my neighborhood, but they have a nice car covered by a car cover. I'm like, you made some wrong decisions
probably pretty
in your
accurate.
life. Morning, Sony. Morning.
What's happening, everybody?
Sean says, Jake, the key lime pie bang is trash. I had one while I was in Savannah. Jesus, man.
I love it, man. Those things are good. These people don't forget.
No.
They remember everything you tell them.
No, they do not, sir. All right. We got a little less than 2 minutes. Jumping on the air with our question of the day. Jake, I have the answer doc up.
There it is. A bang. All right, there we go. Oh, boy.
Yeah, so I think what we'll do this first break is I'll go over, I have a couple of mine that I'll bring up.
Yeah.
And then we can chat about that, and then I'll bring up a couple more from the answers list I have there, and then we'll go to break, and then we'll come back, and we'll just do a bunch off the answer list and whatever we get off the chat here.
Cool.
Morning, Elaine. Morning, Tony. Morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us nice and early this morning as we get back into our first show of 2022.
Immediately after I said I agreed to come in today, I was like, why did I do that?
Yeah.
Why did I pick Monday, the Monday after New Year's Eve? I'm an idiot.
No, you wanted to just, get out of the office early.
Yeah, there you go. That's probably actually more accurate.
How's I haven't been up to the new studios. How's the new studios coming along?
It's nice. I over last week went up there and built some desks.
Nice.
And I built some chairs. It was very good.
Good.
But no, it looks really, really nice. A-Dub spent at least the days I was up there putting the vinyl
trim up.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That looked awful.
Yeah, I'll have to go up there and see it after the show today. All right, guys, we got 20 seconds. Jumping on with our question of the day. What are you way too old to be doing but still do anyway? We'll get into that here in just a second. We'll be right back. Welcome to the Marshall and Friends show here on Rock 106.1. Man, it feels weird to be back already. 2022 is weird, but Welcome to the show this morning. Joining me in studio, my friend Jake Thompson, the afternoon host of Bob 106.9. Welcome to the show, our first official one of 2022. Now, we are live streaming the show right now, so if you want to pop on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, you definitely can. We live stream the show every weekday from 7 to 9. Just search the Cotter and Marshall Show and make sure to like, follow, and subscribe when you're there. So, wow, like I said, it's still like kind of blowing my mind that it's 2022, but I mean, it's
usually I feel like there's some sort of like, okay, now like you feel like it's the new, but this year I didn't do anything for New Year. I just kind of was like, whatever's, just another day, and I'm like, oh yeah, we're in 2022 now. It's so weird.
I felt so grown up. I actually didn't really drink at all on New Year's Eve. I had one shot. And
I saw you had a charcuterie board too.
Oh, I had a charcuterie board.
Yeah,
and
that's adult life.
And I went to bed at 1 o'clock in the morning, which I think is the earliest I've ever done on New Year's Eve. All right, well, let's go ahead and move on with the show. We'll dive into our question of the day. What are you way too old to be doing, but still do anyway? Maybe drinking a lot on New Year's Eve. Obviously not an issue for me, for some people, but I probably do I do dumb stuff all the time. I think we know this.
I can confirm. Yeah.
If you've listened to the show at all, from Torture Tuesdays to silly hot eating challenges to shot callers, I've done about every stupid thing you can imagine. Mm-hmm. But one thing that I'm way too old to be doing, but still do anyway, is I love to, well, when I was working out, which was a little while ago, I would lift like ridiculously heavy stuff because me and my friends think it's funny.
Yeah.
I kind of think I've blown out my left knee because I was lifting a 400-pound deadlift. Why at the age of 39 do I think I need to lift a 400-pound deadlift is beyond me.
Yeah.
What am I going to do? Yeah. Is there going to be a 400-pound person that I need to deadlift off the ground and save from a fire? Like, why am I doing
maybe
that?
If I fall down, maybe almost 400. Maybe.
Yeah, what am I thinking? Where I'm like, you know what, 400 pounds, that's a good thing, and then my knee absolutely just caves in, and I'm like, it's like if I bend it too much in one direction for too long, I like limp for a while afterwards. Like, it's one of those things. Once again, our question today: what are you way too old to be doing, but still do anyway? I am that guy who's like, I could hang with these young kids. 400 pounds. I could do that in my sleep. All right, we'll go into our question of the day on Facebook. We got tons of great answers as well. Thomas goes, everything really in my head. I'm still 25. That's until you wake up the next morning and everything hurts.
Right.
Andrea had an interesting answer to our question, saying, sleeping with my 43-year-old baby blanket that I was brought home from the hospital with.
That's crazy.
Isn't that a little weird?
I mean, it's a deep cut. I've got for example, when I was a kid, I had a Curious George teddy bear type thing.
Yeah.
And I loved it, and I still have that to this day. But it's displayed. I got like a display of like memories in my office. It's not like I don't sleep with the teddy bear still. But I mean, I get that. I get having that nostalgia connection. But man, that's.
Could you imagine going over to a girl's house for the first time, being like, "All right, a little sexy time right now," and then suddenly, like, oh yeah, just push the 43-year-old baby blanket off the bed.
Is it?
You have a baby? No, it's mine.
Do you cuddle it, or is it like I'm gonna put the sheet, I'm gonna put the blanket, and then I'm gonna put the little bitty blanket on top of the blankets to make sure I have it?
There's so many. Just rough. All right, guys. Once again, our question today is: what are you way too old to be doing, but still do anyway? We're actually going to get to more of your answers here in a little bit. And once again, we are live streaming the show this morning. So Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, turn us on. Hang with Jake and I as we broadcast the show live. Right now, let's get into the latest from Greta Van Fleet, Built by Nations. It's right here on the Marshall and Friends Show on Rock 106.1. All right, there we go.
Beautiful.
Oof.
I was reading Andrew's comment here, and I was like, "Oh, he's one of those guys. Like, oh, I love work," and he's like, "I'm not being productive." I was like, "All right, checks out."
Yeah, yeah. Good morning, everyone, for joining us here on the live stream. Yeah, we were off for I guess it was like 2 weeks there. Yeah. I didn't know how long I was going to be off because I thought, you know what, I'm probably going to come back in and do this day, and I wound up not having to. So we were off for longer than I thought, which is fine with me.
Mm-hmm. I worked. My favorite week of the year, as I've told you many times, is the week between Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah.
And last week, A-Dub and Tim the engineer were up in the new studios working, and I went up and helped them a little bit. But down here in the office, literally all week, it was just me, and it was awesome.
Right. Let's see. Tony says, I feel like I'm way too old tomorrow.
Tomorrow about money? As a typo. Oh, to worry about money.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I've just accepted the fact that that's going to be, I'm never going to be financially stable. This is going to be, I'll be okay, but I'm never going to be able to like really go, be like lavish, and it's always going to be a stress. And
you've just accepted that fact?
Not accepted it, but like, it's just kind of like, I don't live paycheck to paycheck. I've got a good savings account, but I just like, I'm always going to be nervous and worried about it for some reason. I have this fear that one day I'm going to get a piece of mail from the IRS, be like, we're auditing you and you owe us $1 billion. Like, I don't know why. It's completely illogical.
Right.
But I just am like, this is going to happen to me one day. It's going to happen to me because I have terrible luck.
Once again, our question of the day, guys, is what are you way too old to be doing but still do anyway? Yeah. There's tons of stuff, but we'll get to your answers here in just a few minutes.
I thought long and hard about this. I actually had a couple that I had come up with.
Perfect. Well, we'll actually
some good ones and stuff.
Yeah, we'll kick off with a couple of yours, and then I'm gonna do Danielle's and Don's.
Okay.
So we'll start off with yours. I'll do Don's. And Danielle's. Do you have a good one that you want to that we can kind of wrap up on?
Yeah, I do actually. There we go.
Gibby says, Jake, you can afford a good tax attorney. Morning, Reds. Morning, Patrick. Thanks for joining the show. Lane says, delaying work as long as possible this morning. Warehouse isn't open, but ports are, and I have to do full inventory. Ooh.
Oh man,
that just sounds difficult. All right, once again, we're going to get into our second half, our question of the day here in a few minutes. Got some commercials and another song to get to. Then after that, we're going to get into Are You Smarter Than My Friend Trivia. This week, we're going to give away some EnMarket Savannah Hockey Classic tickets.
Yeah.
Got tickets to the Saturday edition. There are 2 days this year, the 14th and 15th, over at the Savannah Civic Center. Like, same 4 teams every year that go for the trophy.
Does the trophy have a name? I feel like it does.
It's got like a fancy name.
Yeah.
Now that let me look it up while I'm thinking about it.
Because now I knew it was something. The Hostess Cup? No, that's not right. Is that right? No. But yeah, no. I one of my first dates with my wife, I tried to like be fancy and be like, hey, I got Savannah Hockey Classic tickets. They're VIPs. You want to go? And she's like, yeah, sure. I lived downtown at the time. I thought I was all cool. Like, oh, we'll walk to the venue. It'll be great. We walk down there. I get all the way there and realize I left the tickets in my car, and I had to get an Uber back to get my tickets. Thankfully, that didn't make her run away, but it was really embarrassing. I thought I looked so cool, and I did not.
They actually call it the Thrasher Cup.
The Thrasher Cup.
Yeah, so it's the Thrasher Cup.
I like it.
And they've been doing this since 1999. They've been doing it for 20 years now. Now, obviously, they didn't do it last year, but crazy.
Yeah, I am. I know nothing about the game of hockey. Like, I know that there's icing is a thing.
Yeah, icing is a thing,
and there's offsides in the penalty box.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how but I love going to hockey games. They're so much fun.
Couldn't agree more.
I cannot wait for the Ghost Pirates, man. I'm so pumped for this.
Marshall, did you see any of the coverage of the Winter Classic from Minneapolis?
That was bananas. Oh my God, those people are stupid.
So yeah, no, I did. I actually let's see. Oh, I talked about it in the 6 o'clock hour today. But yeah, I saw like videos of people like pouring out their Bud Lights on these metal tables and it freezing within seconds.
It's crazy,
turning into Bud Light slush.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was gross.
My dad called me. He goes, "You watching that hockey game? That dude was sitting in the penalty box. It looks like he was using one of those vape things. So all the smoke that's coming out of it, so he's breathing."
Yeah, I think it was -6 degrees at game time. Yeah, it was -6 degrees at game time yesterday Saturday for the Winter Classic that the NHL does. And
yeah,
I honestly am not going to lie. I kind of wanted to be there.
Yeah.
I was kind of jealous of just the
I would want to be there for like half a quarter, or half a period, yeah, and just kind of sit out there and experience it, and then go, I'm good, and then go away. Like same thing with watching the Vikings and the Packers last night. I'm like just seeing these people. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing, honey? I love my teams too, but there's no way at all.
It looked miserable yesterday. They had negative 35 wind chills. It was as cold as hell Saturday night. Oh my gosh. No, thank you. But yeah, just wild stuff. No pun intended, between the Minnesota Wild and the St. Louis Blues on Saturday night. But I mean, I knew the Blues were going to win, and I was talking about this in the 6 o'clock hour today, where the St. Louis Blues showed up to the game. They all were in tropical shirts and shorts, and they walked into the venue.
Crazy
like
people.
they walked up like badasses. I knew the cold wasn't going to affect them. It was an awesome game. I watched maybe like half a second of it. What was I doing Saturday? Oh, I was actually coming back from Jacksonville that day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now I got a buddy on Twitter who always tweets about hockey, and I always just every once in a while I respond with that gif of Chance the Rapper from SNL going, "Let's go do that hockey," because I know nothing. He's like, "How did they do this?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, I'm pretty good with sports, but hockey has always been a missing element in my game."
Yeah, my wife's a big hockey fan, and she kind of got me into it a lot with the Blackhawks run in the early 2010s.
Yeah.
But I didn't know much about it. I still won't act like the biggest hockey head. Like I don't know a ton about the sport.
Yeah.
I love watching it, and I know that playoff hockey is the most intense playoff of any sport.
Yeah.
I mean, they go balls out the entire time. It is it's too much fun to watch NHL playoff hockey.
My knowledge of the NHL equates to he who should not be named, who used to sit in that chair over there.
Oh, Cotter.
His knowledge of football. Like, he knows enough to kind of get by and sort of understand, but doesn't really know what's going on.
Cotter has no idea what's going on in football. Never watch a football game with Cotter because he won't understand the situation at all.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're into commercials right now. We're going to come back with our second half, our question of the day. Once again, the question of the day is, what are you way too old to be doing but still do anyway? We got loads of stuff that we're going to get to here after this commercial set. And once again, if you want to drop in your answers in the chat, you definitely can. If you're watching the live stream right now, or you can text us, 1-800-394-1061, as we kind of ease our way back into learning how to be radio guys after having some time off.
Yeah, it was quite an interesting break. It wasn't nothing happened. It was just so much. I feel like a lot happened and nothing happened all at the same time.
Yeah. There was a lot of stuff that happened out in the wide world, and here at the radio station. I mean, like, we're building new studios. We hired some people, and they all start here in the next couple of days, and then you got to make sure you're treating the new people nice,
right? So
they like you.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how it's going.
Yeah.
Rob, what's going on, man? Welcome to the live stream.
Hey, he's from New Zealand. I remember him. Banana milk or something. He was telling us about last time I was in.
Possibly.
Yeah, it was like it was the most gut punch end of the year too, between John Madden and Betty White within days of each other.
Oh yeah,
and it's just
I remember Dan Reeves passed away.
And Dan Reeves too. Yeah,
Dan Reeves passed away from the Falcons.
It's like, and it was like, man, that sucks.
Yeah.
It's just gonna get worse, dude.
And then Jeff Dickerson passed away too. Now Jeff Dickerson was a reporter for the Chicago Bears.
I remember. I saw you tweeting about that.
So he passed away from colon cancer. His wife passed away from cancer 2 years previous, and they have like an 11-year-old son.
Oh my god!
So Adam Schefter of like the NFL, he's one of like those NFL insider guys.
Yeah.
Really, really popular on Twitter. He wound up. Sorry, I'm just making sure we're on time.
No, you're good.
We are. He wound up like pushing the
like a GoFundMe or something.
The Jeff Daniels GoFundMe.
Yeah.
Or Jeff Daniels.
Jeff Dickerson.
Jeff Dickerson. Yeah. Anyway, they made over $1 million for this
crazy.
kid. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess the kid's going to be with grandma and grandpa, and he's going to grow up with them. But
it's brutal, man.
He's got $1 million fund to kind of get him started in life. That's pretty awesome.
It's nice to see, because I get so in the negativity of how awful people are, which they are. Right. It's valid. But at the same time, it's nice to see this, and you're like, oh, wait, not everybody sucks. There are some good people.
Exactly. Let's see. Charles says, hey, Rob, what's up? When does the LP hit? Lime milkshakes for hangover cures. That's what he was
actually. Yeah. I'm a big as we found out earlier with the bangs. I'm a big key lime pie person.
Yeah, absolutely. So am I. So with a new year, are you starting any new what do they call it? Resolutions? Or do you have anything you plan on doing? Did you make any resolutions this year?
I didn't make any official ones, but I've got a few things in the works. Probably go to the doctor and get some medicine for what I'm assuming is adult ADHD.
Okay.
Because over the last week, I had all these plans laid out. I had a huge list of things I was going to do. I got like 3 things done all.
Mm-hmm.
And the ones that I did complete were things I've been trying to complete for months because I really do struggle with it. So that's probably number 1, and then I'll go from there because then I'll be able to knock out the rest of the list. You know, I'm going to try to do the healthier eating thing, but I was going to start today and try to just make some better decisions. Nothing. I'm not going too crazy because every time I'm like, oh, I'm cutting all this out, I get miserable on day 2 and blow it all up. So.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of how that happens.
Yeah.
Today I am. And I relate it so much. So there's a guy named Big Cat. His name's Dan Katz. He's one of the guys from Barstool. He tweeted out over the holiday break. He tweeted out, "I'm so fat right now." I was like, I actually relate to that a lot. So I'm cutting it back. Starting today because I didn't want to cut it back over the weekend because it's technically still the holiday.
I saw a TikTok where a girl was like, if you start your resolutions on New Year's Day and not the first business day of the new year, you're crazy. I'm like, I agree. I was like 100%.
Yeah. So yeah, 100% eating healthier now. I'm going to be less fat starting today.
There you go.
That's the goal.
There it is.
Not going to be drinking. I mean, the Bears are in the playoffs, so I won't drink.
Yeah.
So I don't have any excuses there. So I don't think I'm going to have a real alcoholic beverage. Not this weekend, but next weekend. The following weekend I will.
There you go.
I won't stop myself. I'm not going to say I'm not going to drink for the entire month. That's crazy.
Yeah. No, 100%.
But, I have a nice chicken salad at home.
There you go.
A salad with chicken on top of it. Not like a chicken salad.
Right.
That I'll be eating for lunch today.
There you go.
Yeah. I feel good about
those salad kits you can get at the grocery store. Those are actually pretty legit and pretty easy to do. My goal is I've got phases that I've set up. I've done this in the past where I'm like, okay, first I cut out all this, and then I cut out all this. Like every week I cut something else out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's like, all right, now I'm going to stop. I'm trying not to eat fast food this week. And then the next week is like cut out whatever.
So you're going to gradually become miserable instead of becoming miserable all at once.
Exactly. The Jake Thompson story. Gradually become miserable.
That's trademarked.
Yeah, exactly.
Rhett says, Marshall, you missed it earlier. Santa bought me VIP tickets to Rockville. Nice, dude.
Nice.
Make sure to rent a place or get a spot right now.
Do the VIP tickets, do those include getting urinated on the stage, or is that was just
no, that was an extra special VIP. Yeah, definitely book your spot as soon as possible, just so you know. I thought that was banned content. The urinating on? Yeah. Well, we won't do it on the live stream.
Yeah.
Stream. Already got the hotel. Nice. All right, man, you're all set then. Yeah, that was the biggest thing about like going to Rockville last year. I was planning on going all the days, but I was like, oh, I'm gonna go see how much hotels and everything were in. And they were like skyrocket stupid. So I've actually booked a house about 10 minutes south of the venue.
There you go.
Already. So
Daytona again this year, right?
Yeah, Daytona.
Speedway. Yeah.
So I have it booked. I don't know if I'm going all 4 days. I don't know if I'm gonna cancel it, but I have up until like I think the week before or the month before to cancel.
I love live music, but I went to the Country 500 they had a couple years ago there, and it's being out in that field with no shade is just brutal. Unbelievably awful.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're about 45 seconds away. We're coming back with the second half of our question of the day, which is, what are you way too old to be doing but still do anyway? Jake, I'll go ahead and do a reset. We'll start off with yours. If you want to do a couple, we could do that.
Yep. And I got a good one to end on.
Cool. And then I'll do a couple. So my last one will be from Don talking about go-karts. And after go-karts, do yours, and then we'll go out.
Cool.
All right, guys. We got 15 seconds. We'll be right back. Rock 106.1, Savannah's Rock Station. Welcome to the Marshall and Friends show this morning with Jake Thompson of Bob 106.9 being my friend in studio today.
And outside of studio, too.
Yeah, I actually wouldn't say that. Now, we do live stream the show each and every weekday from 7 to 9 on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So just search the Cotter and Marshall show and make sure to like, follow, and subscribe while you're there. And you can also listen to the show in multiple ways if you're listening on your radio right now. If you happen to pop out of your car, you can download our app. It's free and listen to us there. You can also get us on your in-home smart speaker or listen live at our website, rock1061.com. Right now, it's our question of the day. What are you way too old to be doing, but still do anyway? Jake, you got some stories for us, don't you?
Yeah, I got a couple. One would be probably wearing football jerseys. Which I'm currently doing because Go Bengals. And then the other, it's funny, last night you sent me this rundown and kind of told me this, and I was sitting in my office and I looked up as I got done reading it. I was like, what am I too old to be doing? And set up in my office is 2 5-shelf bookcases full of Power Ranger toys.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, this is probably a good one, having these displayed in my office.
Is it just the displaying part or owning them? Or a little of both?
I think, the displaying part, I'm not, at this point, I'm okay with because I collected them over years, like lots of years. Mm-hmm. I think, thankfully, I think I actually have slowed down a little bit on the buying because I very rarely buy. The last thing I bought was the other Green Ranger dagger we have here in the office, and that was $1.99 at Goodwill.
Okay.
But that was the big thing, was when I would go on to like eBay and like search these things and stress out. I have a collector's itch, you know what I mean? I think a lot of people do.
Yeah.
And now I'm currently have that being satiated by a game I'm playing, a mobile game. It's the Marvel Strike Force, and it's like I'm not able to buy, I'm able to like resist buying. When I went home for Christmas, we went to this really cool like toy collectible shop, and they had so many cool things, like the original Star Trek Next Generation command deck toy, the original Ghostbusters Firehouse still in box, like all this cool stuff, and the whole Power Ranger section. I was like, oh my god! And I walked out. I was so proud of myself.
Did you buy anything?
I did not buy anything because the reason why was because if I bought this one, well, then I have to buy the rest of this line. I have to buy the rest of the toys from this one. So it was just been chaos.
I'm proud you satiated your almost like heroin addiction for Power Rangers.
It's getting a little bit better, but I still do buy stuff every once in a while. So I probably should eventually stop doing that, I think.
All right. Well, once again, our question of the day is: what are you way too old to be doing, but still do anyway? Jake has way too many. It sounds like.
Yeah.
Well, Danielle on our Facebook Facebook page says, being 2 rows back from the front of a rock show, knowing we've got 3 more days of the festival and not giving a dang until the last day, and everything hurts. Yeah, I think at this point, like welcome to Rockville and stuff like that, when it comes to the major festivals that are 4 days long, like one day I could do no problem.
Yeah.
But I honestly look at the lineups and I'm like, I don't need to go to this day. I put my keen detective Inspector Gadget eye on, and I'm like, you know what? I know how my body's going to feel after about 6 hours of standing in the incredible heat, and I don't need this.
I did not go to a lot of concerts when I was a kid. Most of my concert going came after I got into radio. So I have been, admittedly, very spoiled. And now if I'm going to go to a concert, I need good seats in a climate-controlled environment with drinks and an easy, accessible bathroom. And if I don't get that, I'm not that interested.
And I'm probably going to leave early.
Exactly. I heard the first couple songs I needed. I'm going to go to sleep. See ya.
All right. We also got a comment from Don here. And, man, I want to be Don when I grow up. Don says, I just turned 66, so probably everything. But if I have to give one, how about going absolutely balls out on the go-kart track? Once again, when I'm 66, I want to be done because that sounds amazing. All right. You got one more for us?
I got a couple here, but the best one I saw was this one because I was feeling bad about some of the things I had come up with. But Christina said, I feel like I'm not too old to be doing anything. Live life, baby. And you know what? She's right. I'm going on eBay to buy some Power Rangers.
All right. Well, rest in peace, Jake's wallet for 2022.
That's right.
We do appreciate you guys for chiming in for our question of the day. Coming up next, we are going to play Are You Smarter Than My Friend Trivia. We're going to put Jake to task. 7 questions, 60 seconds.
I'm ready.
Your chance to win EnMarket Savannah Hockey Classic tickets. It's coming up next here on the Marshall and Friends Show on Rock 106.1. All right, guys. Once again, thanks for sticking around with us here.
I'm excited for trivia. I actually, on my way back home. So normally we drive back to Cincinnati, just south of Cincinnati, for Christmas. Normally it takes us 9.5 hours.
It's a long trip.
It is. It's even longer when it takes you 13. because driving up, we were like, you know what? We're leaving on Friday, not Saturday. There's probably not going to be as much traffic on Friday. We're going to stop off at Buc-ee's in North Georgia and grab some presents to give everybody.
Good old Buc-ee's.
Exactly. So we go through, and of course, we knew we were going to hit some traffic in Atlanta, but then we also hit traffic in Chattanooga and Knoxville and even some in Lexington. So it took forever. And it was like we had been driving for almost 12 hours. I was exhausted. It was nighttime. She was asleep. So I had to throw on Jeopardy on Netflix on my phone and just listen and like play trivia as I'm driving to keep my brain active.
Wow, and man, 13 hours. Ooh.
It was rough. And then on the way back, we're like, okay, there's no way we're going to go through Atlanta again. Let's go through the mountains. That'll be easier. They were doing construction on the only road going through the Smoky Mountains. And that held us up for about an hour. And the worst part is that was where we were when we didn't have any service. So we couldn't even we had nothing. We were so bored. And then, of course, it was all the 95 traffic. So we actually got off at 320 something. Can't remember what road it is. But we basically went back roads from Columbia to here. And it was like long country highway back roads. So we were able to kind of give it a little bit of gas there. But it was still awful because we would be going for a while. And then we'd hit these little tiny towns in South Carolina that it was like picturesque, like one street, one main road, one stoplight. And it was rough. So when I got back the next day, I was like, I'm not doing anything. The farthest I'm going is McDonald's. I'm not going farther than that.
Yeah, that's well, it sounds like you had a good time. Good holiday there.
Everything in between those 2 travel days was awesome, but the 2 travel days were brutal.
Gibby goes, yeah, you got to throw in that go-kart plug. Hey, man.
Yeah.
I really want to go to K1 go-kart.
Yeah, man.
Often, man. I love those guys.
I like Rob. Rob's got a good outlook on it.
Yeah, he goes, the way I see it, a Power Ranger makes you happy, you are never too old to be happy. There you go, man.
There you go. I like that. See?
Rob says
justification.
Rob also says I'm way too old to be destroying myself at the gym and then basically drinking every night. Yeah, I thought about that too, man. I'm like, I knew I'm in a point in my life where drinking is not like the always go to. When the day before New Year's Eve, which was what day?
Friday?
Guess Thursday?
Thursday. Yes. Sorry, Thursday.
I was drinking old fashions at the house, and I drank a lot of them and then passed out. And I remember kind of going into bed. I woke up the next day, and I just walked out into the kitchen, and I was like, ugh, I gotta drink some water. So I'm chugging some water, and I turn around, and I see that I drank half a bottle of Bullet Rye whiskey on Thursday night. So when it came to actually being New Year's Eve, which was the next day, I didn't have a single drink except I took one shot at midnight, and that was it. My wife and I watched the Dick Clark New Year's Eve ball drop at midnight, and then we played a video game until about 1:30 in the morning. I'm like, let's go to bed.
Yeah. No, I'm the same way. It takes a lot for me to get drunk, and at the end of the day, it's like it's not worth the money anymore. Like, I'm good. But yeah, I watched the Dick Clark New Year's Rockin' Eve for a little bit too. It was real bad.
It was so bad.
It was, all of them were. We bounced around to a couple different ones. CNN was terrible because I like Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen. I think they're funny together. So I'm like, oh, we'll watch this. That was bad. I will say the Miley Cyrus Pete Davidson was probably the one that was the most palatable, I guess, but it was still all right. She got a wardrobe malfunction. Did you see that?
I didn't see it. I mean, I saw some stuff online about it, but I'm like,
nothing actually was exposed, but it was like her dress popped off. So she literally, as she's singing, walks backstage, puts a jacket on, covers herself up, comes back out and finishes the song. It was quite impressive.
I've seen Miley Cyrus's boobs how many times?
Yeah, I know, right? You kind of lose your interest.
I've seen her completely naked. Like, I understand it's the whole guy thing.
Yeah.
I want to see every boob available.
Of course.
That's not any boobs I'm related to. But I just want to, I want to see every single one. But I've seen her, so I have no interest.
Right.
So I'm like, I've seen them before.
But yeah, I was especially taken aback by how bad that Dick Clark New Year's Rockin' Eve was. That Ryan Seacrest did fine, but like that other girl, I found her to be completely obnoxious.
Yeah, she was wearing that silver jacket. Yeah.
Oh my God.
My wife and I.
She's like a YouTube personality or something. And they're either like, with YouTube personalities, I either like, oh yeah, they're all right, or I want to punch them in the face. And I wanted to punch her in the face.
She was oddly horny the entire time.
Yeah,
I kept telling my wife that I'm like, this girl's really horny because every time she came on camera, and I forget her name, she like kept humping everything. She was like air thrusting everything. And I'm like, this girl is crazy horny right now.
It was like, I sort of felt bad for her, but it was just rough too, because there's been situations where we need to make things look more impressive than they actually are, and there were not a lot of people in that area, but she was like, look at this crowd, they're all crazy. It was like 4 old people going, ah. It's like, come on,
it's like on their Good Morning America.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was rough.
Thomas says, back roads from Columbia, been there, done that. The small towns will get you 55, 45, 35.
Oh, yeah.
miles.
It was quick turnarounds, too.
Yeah.
And I had one guy who was following those speed limits to a T. He had to have been drunk or something, because he was being super cautious, because it was like 35 and then or 45 and then it would immediately go to 35, and I'm just sitting there and I cannot get around him, and I was so angry. I was over at that point. Like, if I was going to get a speeding ticket, I'll pay for it. I don't care. I was ready to get home. And this guy was just like, la, following the rules.
Damn rule goers.
I know, right?
Rob says, man, I have to say I missed the show, but got busy band-wise. I come home after a gig and chill listening. Good times. Nice. Rhett says the worst was the couple that kissed with their masks still on. Oh, yeah.
I know, right?
So a couple on New Year's Eve got
stupid.
engaged, and they aired it, and they kissed with their masks on, and they got interviews shortly afterwards.
Yeah.
And you could tell the bride to be was the big time alpha in the relationship, because he pulled his mask down to answer a question, and she immediately was like, "Put your mask on. Put your mask on."
I have a theory.
Oh yeah.
I have a theory. How much time do we have?
Less than 30 seconds.
Okay, I'll tell my theory after the break.
All right, guys, we'll be right back. Just going to do a short break here, talking about how you can win some EnMarket Savannah Hockey Classic tickets. Rock 106.1, Savannah's Rock Station. Welcome to the Marshall and Friends show today. My friend in studio is Jake Thompson from Bob 106.9.
What's up, man?
He hosts the afternoon show there weekly, daily, weekdays. Yeah, something like that. Still early,
Daily,
guys.
monthly, yearly.
Well, here in just a few moments, Jake, we are going to get into Are You Smarter Than My Friend Trivia. Today, we are going to hook people up with tickets to go check out the EnMarket Savannah Hockey Classic. It's going down Friday and Saturday, January 14th and 15th. At the Savannah Civic Center. Georgia Tech, Florida State, universities, both Georgia and Florida, going for that Thrasher Cup. This was canceled last year due to the Coco, but it's back this year. And we're going to hook you up with Saturday tickets to the EnMarket Savannah Hockey Classic. So if you want a chance to win, text us right now, 1-800-394-1061. That's the phone number. Text us a number between 1 and 7. That's the amount of questions you think Jake Thompson will get right this morning. How smart are you feeling?
Pretty smart. I was tired this morning, but I've had half a Monster, so I'm like ready to roll.
All right. So let's go ahead and have you guys text us right now, and then we'll randomly choose one of you to play for. And as long as Jake gets within a number of that, so if you choose 4, 3, 4, and 5 will be your numbers. As long as he's within that range, you will win tickets to the EnMarket Savannah Hockey Classic right here on the Marshall and Friends Show on Rock 106.1. All right, back on the live stream. So go ahead, feel free to shoot us a text, 1-800-394-1061. Choose a number between 1 and 7 on how many questions you think Jake will get right today in trivia, and we'll randomly choose one of you to play for to win yourself some EnMarket Savannah Hockey Classic tickets.
I'm excited that it's back this year.
So am I. I'm definitely going.
Me too. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Sorry, I just saw Rhett's comments still. Yeah, they were the absolute worst, that couple that kissed the mask.
Okay, real quick.
Oh, yeah, tell us.
I think look, I am a very, very pro science guy. Vaccinated, boosted, wear my mask still when I go into, if I'm going to be prolonged in a store, that kind of stuff.
Sure.
I think that was fake.
Really?
I think that whole proposal was fake. Here's why. They were perfectly placed right by that annoying girl doing the hosting.
Yep.
And they cut away and kind of cut back to, I think that was, I am not a big conspiracy theory guy. I think that was fake because they kissed with their masks on. That's
True.
awkward because if you're going to get married, you're probably in the same household. So you're probably okay to not, you know what I mean? I don't know. I just think that was like hey, look, and they're following the protocols perfectly. I felt like that was weird. Because I don't care if I have a mask on or not. If it's like New Year's Eve and I just proposed to my girlfriend, I'm going to pull my mask down and give her a kiss because that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, the whole setup of what happened there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just two random white people.
Yeah.
Who who suddenly got engaged on camera.
Yeah.
And it was, I don't know. It was,
yeah, my wife was always all like, "Oh my God, that's so sweet." And I'm like, immediately my antennas went out like, "Nope, I don't believe it. Not for a second."
That's big time fake.
Right.
Sean says, I was at the German bar, knew the bartender, so it was a cheap, fun night. Oh, nice. Yeah, so Sean said he was spending New Year's Eve at the German bar. Gibby says, this year for the house of Gibby-san, we got a Nintendo Switch donated to us, and we'll be streaming games from that. Oh, nice, man.
That's awesome.
Love my Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
Play that. I've been playing the hell out of it. I played it. I've been playing a bunch of indie games, probably no one knows about, but I played Carry On, and then I'm currently playing Death's Door, which are two really small games that are a lot of fun.
I didn't start a new game before Christmas because I knew I was going to be gone, and I didn't want to be away from my PS5 too long and not be able to play it. So when I got back, I actually got Deathloop for Christmas from my wife, and it is awesome. I really like that game.
It looks really cool. It's got great reviews. I saw that.
I'm barely. I realized because I was like, I'm gonna try it out because I was really tired, and I played just enough to get a taste of it. And I was like, I think I'm at a stopping point, and then I realized it wasn't far enough to save, so I had to redo everything I did that night before. But it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Holly says, "Roll Tide." Oh, trust me, we're gonna talk about Roll Tide.
Yeah.
This Georgia-Alabama game that's coming up next Monday.
I literally last night I was thinking what am I gonna talk about on my show tomorrow? And I was like, Betty White, John Madden, Dan Reeves, college championships, NFL playoff scenarios. There was so much happened over the last couple of days. It's crazy.
Yeah. And I gave you everything from my show, so you can just use that.
I'll just copy and paste. Yeah.
So we'll actually talk about the not Georgia, Florida. Oof, that would have been bad.
Yeah.
Georgia-Alabama game here in the 8 o'clock hour. We'll talk about the spread and when the game is and all that fun stuff. How ridiculous the line is, I think.
Yeah. I have some thoughts, so we'll chat all about that here in a bit.
Tim says, I started playing Mordhau? Morthu? I don't know what that is.
I don't know. It's probably something
Some
weird.
crazy smart person engineer game.
It's probably like a text-based, something.
I'm sure it's great, Tim. You have fun with that, pal.
He always talks about when he's coding stuff, and this weekend I had to rework an Excel spreadsheet of mine, and I really worked on some formulas and made it fancy where I had to put in the formula code.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, I got a little taste of what it's like to be him, and of course he sends us a link. And it's brutal. And I just did basic codes on an Excel spreadsheet, and IT people my eyes were burning just from trying to punch those in.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been crazy about that.
But successful, though. It looks great. Very clean, very crisp, and everything works. Took me about 3 hours to finally get it all done.
Good Lord.
Yeah. Well, I was that and watching the game, the other games at the same time, so I kept getting distracted because, as I said earlier, ADHD, I think. I told that to my mom, and she's like, yeah, I've thought that for a while. I'm like, well, why didn't you say anything, Teresa?
So your mom self-diagnosed you?
Yeah, a long time ago. I was like, yeah, he doesn't need anything. He's fine.
Yeah. There's something definitely wrong with my son.
Yeah.
He's like he's doing
She's
fine.
like, you've always been a procrastinator. I'm like, yeah, I have. Thank you for talking to me about this.
All right, guys. So we have 2 songs, and we're back on the air. We're going to test Jake's knowledge. 7 questions, 60 seconds. Let me see. Let me go ahead and check in with our Zip Whip here. All right, got some text messages this morning.
Last time I kind of sort of took a dive. I didn't know a couple of them, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that this time. I think my pride might be too strong. Yeah. I think I'm gonna actually go for it and see how many I can get. Depends on what number they say. If they lowball me again and insult me,
I don't think they'll lowball you.
All right.
I don't think so, at least. Rob thinks you'll get 6. Thanks.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that. That makes me feel respected. I'm down with that.
All right, guys. Once again, thanks for joining us here on the live stream. Got a loaded show this week with Mac and Stacy going to be joining us once again here in studio. I still got to figure out who my Friday guest is going to be. I figured that was future Marshall problems, which I'll definitely be a future Marshall problem here in a while. And I know a lot of people have reached out to me, especially over the holiday, like, Marshall, what's going on with the show? The show is going to continue on like this for at least a little while longer. Mm-hmm. We are going to be interviewing some people about coming on and doing the show with me and doing other things here at the radio station. So hopefully we get someone that could come in and do the show with me on a full-time, regular basis.
And they
here.
can wake up at 7 a.m.
And they could
6 a.m., 5 a.m., all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Get someone to come in and do the show and hang with us each and every morning. So right now we're still in our limbo phase of the show.
You're doing good with it, though. I got to say.
Am I?
I think
don't even
so.
know.
I think so.
I don't even know at this point.
I mean, yeah, I think you're doing a good job.
I think so.
The transition, I think we've talked about this, little inside baseball for the people on the stream here.
Yeah.
But like to go from this side of the board to that side of the board where you're actually pushing all the buttons and controlling everything is a very drastic change.
Massively.
And for you to not have as much, you've always sort of been on this side of the board. So for you to switch over and be able to run it like you have been, very impressive.
I'm stunned too. If it means anything.
Honestly, you've done a really good job, and I didn't not have faith in you, but I'm like, I think that's going to be a tough because you just haven't done it in so long, and it's especially with this setup and the stream. There's so many things going on.
I actually haven't been behind the board like the number one guy in 15 plus years. Yeah. I would say, well, let's just go ahead and say like over a decade. I haven't been that guy.
It's not an easy task. A lot of people think we just sit here and talk all day, but there's a lot of mechanical stuff on the backside of this that we have to do, and it's a tough transition. And you've done it really well, man.
I wouldn't say really well, but I've done it. So
we've been on the air every day. That's the most important thing.
There was a couple dead spots there. I've been a lot more vigilant about hitting the automatic button.
Yeah, but, that happens.
All right, guys, we're actually, speaking of stopping the radio station and talking, we're doing that here in about 2.5 minutes. We are going to be playing Are You Smarter Than My Friend Trivia, which Jake Thompson is going to be playing. 7 questions, 60 seconds. Speaking of, I probably should get my phone out and get the timer ready. So, obviously, Christmas happened while we've been gone this past few weeks. What did Santa bring you, Jake?
I got a couple of good things from Santa. I got, as I said, I got Deathloop. I also got Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and I realized that my parents have bought me for birthday or Christmas every single Assassin's Creed game since existence.
They have a thing going. That's cool.
So that's been like a regular thing. I got that for my PS5. I also got the DualShock 3D headphones, which is awesome. Those is a game changer, man.
They are awesome.
It is really good. So yeah, basically it was just kind of some of that stuff, some gift cards and some random stuff like that. But it was a good little I got a new wallet, which I have not transferred yet. But I got one of those front pocket wallets.
Yep.
So I'm really excited about that. I just actually have to transfer all my stuff over. So yeah, it was a good Christmas. What about you?
I finally am I'm an owner of a record player.
Nice.
And I never thought I'd be. I've been that guy who's been collecting records for years, and I have a milk crate.
Oh yeah, you got a good collection too, man.
I have a milk crate full of rare vinyls that I'm like. I'm not the collector where I'm like I have to have the entire discography of Led Zeppelin or anything. Right. I just collect the ones I think are cool, and I usually don't buy like a regular vinyl. I'll make sure it's like the rare vinyl that maybe one day will cost or make me money if I decide to sell it. But my wife actually bought me a record player, but hilariously, she bought me a record player and then did not get me speakers to it. So she's like, some part of her thought, oh, he can hook it up to the receiver. And I have a receiver that is connected to some outdoor speakers. Yeah. But she didn't buy me any indoor speakers.
Yeah.
So I can listen to my record player outside.
There you go.
But not inside.
Cotter and I thought about getting that for you for your birthday. And then we were like, we thank God we checked in with Santa Claus because Santa was like, no, we're getting him for Christmas. Don't buy that. We're like, okay.
All right, guys, we got 30 seconds. We are going to be playing for Patrick today. So I'll let you know how many he thinks you're going to get here.
All right.
In about 20 seconds. We'll be right back. Rock 106.1, Savannah's Rock Station. Welcome to the Marshall and Friends show this morning. My friend in studio is Jake Thompson.
What's up, man?
From Bob 106.9 is the afternoon show there from 3 to 7. Thank you so much for being my friend.
Absolutely. Happy to do it.
On the air.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go ahead and don't forget, guys, we are live streaming the show right now, 7 to 9, each and every morning. Just find us on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Just search the Cotter and Marsh Show and make sure to like, follow, subscribe while you're there. We are currently playing Are You Smarter Than My Friend Trivia? 7 questions, 60 seconds, Jake. And currently, you will be playing for Patrick, who texted in, and he thinks you're going to be extra smart this morning. He chose the number 5. So he has a number on each side of it, and you have to stay within that range.
A little bit of pressure here.
To win those EnMarket Savannah Hockey Classic tickets. You could win him Saturday, January 15th tickets to the Savannah Hockey Classic over there at the Savannah Civic Center.
He said 5.
5, yes.
5, okay. So 4, 5, or 6.
4, 5, or 6.
All right, I got you, Patrick.
As long as you get that amount, you will be winning Patrick some EnMarket Savannah Hockey Classic tickets. So you know the rules, so let's go ahead and dive right into it. Question number 1 goes like this. What 2 states share a border with Florida?
Georgia and Alabama.
That is correct. Question number 2. What year was H.G. Wells' The Invisible Man serialized by Pearson's Weekly? It's multiple choice. 1896, 1897, or 1899?
Yeah, nice multiple choice. Let's go 99.
That is incorrect. Question number 3. In which book did 4 ghosts visit Scrooge?
Christmas Carol.
That is correct. Question number 4. What 2 colors are the cat's hat and the cat in the hat?
White and red.
That is correct. Question number 5, multiple choice. What year did Sting release his first solo album after leaving the Police? Was it 1983, 1984, or 1985?
83.
Incorrect. Question number 6. What sports lingo uses the term mulligan?
Golf.
That is correct. And question number 7, your final question. To what age did Hawaii change the legal smoking age to on January 1st, 2016?
I'll say they went to 21.
That is correct. And Patrick absolutely nailed it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 on the dot. Congratulations, man.
There you go, man.
Scoring yourself some EnMarket Savannah Hockey Classic tickets by claiming and absolutely nailing how smart Jake was going to be this morning.
Yeah, very impressive.
All right, coming up here in the 8 o'clock hour, we're going to talk about the Savannah Hockey Classic and get into the Alabama and Georgia National Championship game. The line on that game, it's a little crazy.
Yeah.
At least we think it is.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think once we jump into it here at 8 o'clock. It's Rock 106.1. Whew. It's warm in here.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, and I was like, "Oh, I can get my fan," but I left it up in the office up there. Those multiple choices were mean. It's like 3 years all in one.
Yeah, I do that. I do that with Cotter all the time.
But no, it was good. I'm happy I got him those tickets. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah. All right, Patrick. We'll get with you here soon on those tickets. I'm gonna go turn the air down.
I like that idea. I'll hang here. Thanks, Rob. Yeah, no, I enjoy trivia a lot, so I always get nervous because I think I'm really good at it, and then some of the questions that homeboy over here comes up with, I'm like, oh man, what are we doing? This is ridiculous. So, but I was happy with today's, and those 2 that I missed, I don't think are too embarrassing. I honestly thought Sting came out with albums a lot later. I was actually hoping it was actually going to be Sting the wrestler and not Sting the singer, but. Man, that hair, it is flowing, bro.
Yeah.
I'm digging it.
It's something for sure. The strength is in the beard.
That's right.
It is.
That's right.
Well, Patrick, congratulations, man. We'll reach out to you here soon.
Can't get away from it.
Is that Luke Combs?
Can't get away from it. Jeez.
Who is that? I don't even know who that is. Mobus Communications. All right, yeah. Yes, that is Luke Combs.
Yeah.
What's your favorite song that you sing? Cold Beer Never Broke My Something?
Yeah, No, Beer Never Broke. No, when he was actually in town, I think I may have told. I don't know if I told this last time or not, but when he was in town, I had to go up on stage and do an announcement prior to him going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just walking through the crowd, and I had 2 or 3 drunk people grab my arm, thinking I was him, and try to take pictures with me. I'm like, not me, bro. No, not me.
You should have leaned into it. Like, yes, that is absolutely me.
When I was standing backstage, I was off to the side of the stage, people were asking, like, "Are you his brother?" I'm like, no, not really.
No, you're just his body double.
Yeah.
Like
if he ever goes into like acting and needs a stunt double, I mean, I probably won't be able to do anything, but I'd be the most accurate.
It's kind of like how Kim Jong-un has like a body double.
Yeah,
like, when he goes places so no one murders him.
Yeah.
So like that's just you. Like you will
take the bullet for Luke Combs.
Yeah, you don't even have to like you're worrying about financial stability. once you actually get fired from radio, Jake, what's going to happen is Luke Combs is going to call you up, and you're just going to like be in the back seat with him, but never be seen.
Right.
But also do public appearances.
I could do that
from a distance.
Yeah. I could do that.
So you could never lose weight. You have to stay the size you are, or you have to be at least.
There it is. So, see, because now I don't have to worry about my resolution because of my future as a Luke Combs body double.
Yeah,
I'm not able to do that. That works.
You're welcome, man.
I go to my doctor and he's like, "What are you doing, man? I told you to lose 50 pounds." I know, but you got to look like Luke Combs.
Well, got to make your money somehow. It's how you pay the bills.
That's right.
Morgan says he is a sly guy. Why he drinks all the beers makes me more. Oh, damn. Okay.
All right. Mac would be very upset if she saw that. So, all right. I got to tell you this story real quick. We got time? We good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, so over the break, I was doing laundry, and I have actually the pair of shorts I'm wearing right now. I wear gym shorts because I prefer to be comfortable. The string had become very askew, like to the point where the string was hanging out below my pants because it just got in the washing machine, all that stuff.
Sure. And you never fixed it?
I kept trying to fix it, but like I need a wire hanger, and I don't have a wire hanger, and nobody I know has a wire hanger. So I knew Mac was back home with her parents. I'm like, maybe, because they've lived there for years, maybe they have a hot wire hanger laying around. And I almost texted her. It's like, hey, I got a problem. Do you have a wire hanger you can bring me? And I was like, oh, I need to rephrase that immediately. I had to reword it.
You don't own a wire hanger?
I don't. I've just got. So I think a couple years ago, I just like reset and bought because I had broken a bunch of them because they were just old from my mom for years. So I just like threw them all away and got rid of them and just bought all new hangers.
Yeah, plastic hangers.
Yeah, so they're just all uniform now. But so I didn't have any wire ones. I'm like, crap. So she's actually bringing me a wire hanger today. She said she would bring it to me. But as soon as I typed out that text message, I'm like, that could be construed other ways. I need to reword that immediately.
That's some work love right there. If they're willing to do that for you.
I said, I'll pay. Do your mom and dad have one? I'll pay them for it. And then she goes, you're not paying for a wire hanger.
What's the market price?
I was guessing 14 cents, but I wasn't sure.
Good Lord. That's one of those things where now that we're getting into the future and everything, we're probably never going to see wire hangers again. I just feel like that's the thing. Like it'll just all be plastic from now on.
Plastic or wood. That's it. But yeah, it's I used to have them. Obviously, my parents had some back in the day, and I just got rid of a bunch.
Morgan says Rob is one of the guys that could go to a toilet, strain, and come out with a full beard. My beard is so I started growing my beard in, I believe it was September. Yeah, so September. So I am currently October, November, December. It's almost my 5-month beard birthday.
Okay,
and I think it's doing okay.
So
I need to get it professionally trimmed up. But other than that, I think it's doing all right.
This has been maybe almost a year-ish because I started growing it. No, okay. So it was last February is when the last time I trimmed it up like good. And then I grew it. And then when we had our wedding, I just kind of trimmed it up and cleaned it up. And then it's just been growing ever since. So that was in June. So this is about 6 months for me almost.
Okay.
Of like just of wild man growth, not taking care of it at all. I mean, I put beard oil in it. I didn't this morning, but put beard oil in it and brush it every day.
Well, happy half a year birthday to your beard.
Yeah, it's the half year birthday. I think I might do some actual serious stuff with it because it's getting a bit ridiculous. And the problem I'm noticing, if you're on stream, you can see it. Like here grows great, but like right here, it's just super short. Like you see the difference. Look at that. So it's like I gotta do something. I don't know. If I brush it together, you can't tell, but it's a little too.
Because you got that butt chin. It sucks.
Yeah,
right
the butt chin sucks up all the hair.
Yeah, it's true. Thanks, Morgan. Thank you for my luscious beard, my long hair. If it's funny because if you would ask me in March of 2019 what I would look in January of 2022, this is not it.
Yeah,
but this is where I'm at right now in my life.
Yeah, what was the hair situation? It was right after the pandemic. I think, did you get one after the pandemic started and then that was the last one?
Yeah, last haircut was February of 2019.
Okay, so right before the pandemic, and you just let it ride.
And outside of like, my wife will cut the dead ends.
Yeah, and like trim out the side and everything.
Yeah, and shave my sides. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, it's great, man.
Ugh,
when we first started growing it out, I was like, and then it was in an awkward phase for a while, but you have officially gotten out of the awkward phase. It looks good.
Yeah, it's just in the pure mullet phase grossness right now. I will say I get it like a good like maybe 24 hours before my hair gets like uber greasy.
Yeah.
Probably because of my diet of eating pure grease.
I need you to promise me something, as my friend, at least on the radio. When you decide to cut it, whenever that might be, give us at least a couple days where you trim the top and it be like an actual mullet.
Well, yeah, it's mullet-like.
It's mullet-like, but I mean, but the front of your hair, there's still a little bit of party at the front. We need a little more business at the front for the official mullet.
All right, well, I'll see what I can do.
Okay,
I'll see what I
just
can
for a couple days, or at least a day, and then you can just do whatever you need.
All right, guys, we're got about 30 seconds. We're gonna hop on the air. I'm gonna talk about the EnMarket Savannah Hockey Classic, how you can win tickets tomorrow. And then after that, kind of dive into just a little bit of this Alabama. We're not going to get into like the numbers or anything, but we'll do that on our second break. So, all right, we'll be right back. Rock 106.1, Savannah's Rock Station. Welcome to the Marshall and Friends show this morning with Jake Thompson from Bob 106.9 being my friend and joining me here.
What's up, man? Sorry, I was looking at some stats. We're going to talk about some stuff. I was like, I need to refresh my memory.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of stuff over the last couple of days.
Well, we are live streaming the show, so you can actually hang out with us and see our beautiful beards as we do every single weekday from 7 to 9. Just search the Cotter and Marshall Show on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. And we are live streaming the show currently. Now, there's all sorts of ways to listen to the show as well. You could download the app for free via the Apple app or Google Play Store. Get us on your in-home smart speakers or listen live at our website, rock1061.com. Now, congratulations to Patrick a few moments ago with you playing Are You Smarter Than My Friend Trivia. He won himself some EnMarket Savannah Hockey Classic tickets. That is going down Friday and Saturday, January 14th and 15th. At the Savannah Civic Center. That's next weekend. Georgia Tech, Florida State, Universities of Georgia and Florida playing for that Thrasher Cup. If you don't want to wait to win tickets, you can go to our website, rock1061.com. All the links are there so you can buy them. But tomorrow at 7:30, once again, we'll be playing trivia for your chance to win Saturday tickets to the EnMarket Savannah Hockey Classic. Now, this past weekend, I'm not going to lie, I watched a lot of bowl games. I mean, I think I watched both major playoff bowl games through and through, and they were two of the worst games I think I ever watched.
It was rough, both of them. I was really nervous because I'm from Cincinnati. I root for Kentucky because I'm technically from Kentucky, but I root for Cincinnati and Kentucky.
Yep.
And Kentucky won their bowl game. It was an awesome finish against Iowa.
Yep.
And I was so proud of the Bearcats for getting into the playoff, and it was deserved. And I knew going up against Alabama it was going to be tough. They hung in there pretty good on defense for the first half, but then it was just kind of like got away from them at the end. But yeah, I was really excited by the end of the weekend that they were not the most embarrassing team because Michigan laid a huge egg against Georgia. Oh my God.
Yeah. So number 1 Alabama took out number 4 Cincinnati 27-6 in the Cotton Bowl, and then Georgia, I mean, they just dominated 34-11.
It was gross
over Michigan. Sadly, the best game of the weekend, I think, was actually the Rose Bowl between Ohio State and Utah. Man, that was a ridiculously fun game. But that game is over, and we have nothing to talk about. There's only one football game that truly matters left. I'm talking about the College Football Playoff National Championship game. It's a week from today. Now, they just put out the lines for this game between number 1 Alabama and number 3 Georgia, and I think it's terribly terrible.
Okay, all right. It's interesting. I don't terrible. That's all right.
It doesn't the line doesn't make sense at all. We'll get into that here in just a few minutes. Don't get me wrong. I'm very happy the Bulldogs are in it, but the line does not make sense. We'll get to it here on the Marshall and Friends show. It's Rock 106.1. All right, guys, we're back here on the live stream. Yeah, the line on the game is just ridiculous.
Yeah, that's it too. Real quick, I grew up in in Walton, Kentucky, which is 20 minutes south of Cincinnati. So nowhere near Madison.
Thomas says, just saying Jamar Chase killed me in fantasy this week.
Dude, here's I was not in the playoffs in one of my leagues.
Mm-hmm.
But I would have had a stupid score. I had Jamar Chase. I had Patrick Mahomes. I had a couple different. Yeah, Jamar Chase he had in the one league I have him in, he had 55 points.
Yeah, he had 3 touchdowns.
Crazy.
Like 250 yards. Yeah, it was
awesome, man.
Just ridiculous.
I literally, on my phone was like, touchdown Jamar Chase. I'm like, again? Like, how is this happening?
Good morning, Sandy. Mamacita. Sandy's been going through a medical issue, but I think she's on the other side of it. So, Sandy, very happy to have you here on the live stream this morning. Gibby says, when is the Twitch handle name change going to happen? I have no idea.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was an opportunity to change your handle. But yeah, cool. We got to all that. Yeah. So speaking of fantasy football, and I know fantasy football talk is super boring, but
you're sitting pretty right now.
Well, that league I am, but I do want to talk about the Cotter and Marshall Show Fantasy Football League. It was kind of going on in the background during the season. We did bring it up a few times when Cotter was still here on the show, but I do want to point out our winner for the league, because even though there's still one more game, it is laid in stone on our champion. And sorry, I'm just bringing it up here. So our champion for the league tonight, or for the league this year, is the Flamin' Hot Tanyans. Now, we do a 6-person playoff, a 6-person playoff in this 14-man league. He was the 6th seed.
Nice.
And he came and won the league. So congratulations to the Flamin' Hot Tanyans. They won themselves a pair of Welcome to Rockville tickets for 2022.
Yeah.
So we'll be in touch to let you know. But, man, pretty incredible stuff to be the 6th seed in the Cotter and Marshall Show League and win the championship game. Now, the guy he beat, the Wu-Tang Clan.
Nice.
He was number 1 the entire season. And he got beat by 10 points. So it's sad to see it. Sad to see it.
No doubt.
I came in 4th place. Yeah, 4th place this year. Yeah, 4th.
Well, and the league we're in, aside of this, you're poised to take the championship back-to-back seasons, which is really annoying.
Yep, sure is.
But I got to tell you, this Iron Fist league that you have that you rule in, it's tough. Only top 4 go to the playoffs. You have to have. There's no flex. It's a tough league. It really is.
It is 100%.
If your wide receivers start getting hurt, you're screwed. You have to have 3 wide receivers every week. It's tough, but
yeah, you have to really work the waiver wire in that league. But yes, it looks like I have. It's over. Although there's still technically a 1% chance I could lose because I have a guy playing tonight.
Right.
But his name is Nick Chubb. Unless he runs backwards, I think I'll be all right.
17 fumbles later, Marshall loses.
But I'm pretty excited. I actually won the championship back-to-back years in my own league. So $350.
Yeah.
Nice.
Rhett brought this up. I'm surprised we didn't talk about this. Antonio Brown yesterday.
Antonio Brown will join Kaepernick in the unemployed football player. Yeah, he is a S show to the utmost degree.
I'm torn with his situation because he's a former Pittsburgh Steeler, so I automatically hate anybody who plays for Pittsburgh.
Being a Bengals fan, if you couldn't tell.
Yeah. In case you were wondering. So I automatically disliked him to begin with, and then he's just had all these antics. Has just been annoying and awful, and I can't stand him. But he obviously needs some help. I don't know if it's just he's a man-child. He has some issues he needs to work through. But
he's just a man-child.
I am going to be very shocked if he plays football again after walking out like that and making it all about himself. I don't think any coach is going to bring him on.
There's no way Antonio Brown plays. I mean, I was mentioning this morning, I wouldn't feel 100% saying I'm like financially stable, like terrible things could happen, whatever. But this dude has made millions of dollars, and he just he took like probably $1 million and just threw it in the garbage can and walked away.
Literally
he did.
Yeah, because I saw a tweet someone sent out. It was like all these incentives for his contract. He would have got another $1 million if he got like 30 more yards and like 2 more catches or something crazy like that.
So stupid. In case you didn't see it, Antonio Brown literally took off his equipment, like stripped almost naked, and then walked off the field.
The crazy. So I saw one report saying that basically he said he needed to take himself out of the game. Bruce Arians was like, "Go in the game," and he's like, "No." Bruce Arians is like, "Go in the game." He's like, "No," and he's like, "All right, then get out of here." And that's when he left.
So stupid. Sandy goes, this Wednesday is hopefully my last surgery. They're operating on a kidney stone that we cannot dissolve with medication, and I hope that takes care of the blood pressure issue.
Ooh, man.
Good luck, Sandy.
Yes. Thoughts are with you. That is intense.
Yeah, crazy stuff. Well, Sandy, I know that surgery's going to be easy.
Yeah.
So easy. You've gone through a couple other ones. This one's going to be easy. It's a cakewalk. But no, we're happy. We're happy you are up and at 'em and in good spirits.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We got a few minutes. We're going to get into some commercials because we love paying the bills here at Rock 106.1. And then after that, we will actually dive into some college football talk between Alabama and Georgia. They have put the line out there on – now this is like the Vegas line of who they think is going to be winning this game. And – I mean, just based upon like the history between these two teams playing, which they play almost every damn year in the championship game, I just don't understand why one is favored over the other. But we'll get into that.
Yeah, you sent me that. I actually hadn't seen that yet until you sent me that article, and I was like, really? All right. I mean, okay, I get it, I guess, but it's very reminiscent of me. And again, I don't mean to keep my biggest reference point with football is the Bengals because I've been a Bengals fan. But like, it's very reminiscent of me and probably you too for Steelers for me, Packers for you, for Georgia and Alabama. It's just like that team that's just always there, beating the hell out of you, and it just gets so old after a while. And you get to the point where you're just like, all right, but.
Yeah, I know. I'm crippled by the fact that I have to see Aaron Rodgers twice a year.
Well,
being a Chicago
maybe
Bears
not.
fan.
Maybe not after this year. Maybe he'll go away.
I think Aaron Rodgers is probably going to be traded this offseason.
Yeah.
That's my hope. He gets traded out, and we never ever have to see him again.
The two teams that I've seen most associated with possibly getting Rodgers have been the Denver Broncos, which fine, and then the other one would be the Pittsburgh Steelers, which I would cry.
Yeah,
immensely.
I would too.
But either way, if either of those two teams get him, you got to think about it. In the West, you would have Mahomes, Rodgers, Herbert, and Carr in the same division. Carr's not that bad. He's obviously the worst of those four.
Right.
But then in the North, you would have Aaron Rodgers, you would have Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, and Baker Mayfield. But that's either way. Those divisions are both tough already, and put Aaron Rodgers in the mix there, be crazy.
Yeah, I just want Aaron Rodgers. He could retire. I mean, essentially, he should be jailed for lying.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, he lied about his vaccination status to the NFL and to his job. So I think he should be in jail for that. But you know, as long as he's
whatever
it
takes.
As long as he's out of my football sphere, I don't care.
Yeah.
Rodgers is going to the Steelers, says Charles. Ooh.
Oh no, Sandy, I liked you until just now. Like literally just now. I thought she was a nice lady. Now I don't know if I can talk to her again.
Oh, she's a Ravens fan.
Who?
Talk about a snake-bitten team. That is.
I'm telling you,
Baltimore Ravens. I feel bad for Ravens fans this year.
I mean, I don't, because we've dealt with. That was the thing that it made me so mad because Joe Burrow went for that 500 yards, and they were like, "Oh, they're running up the score." Did you see the Bart Scott rant he had?
No.
Bart Scott used to play for the Ravens. He was like, "Oh, they're running on the score. We're going to have red dot on Joe Burrow. We're going to try to hurt Joe Burrow now because he ran the score up on." They literally did it to us last year when we were sucking. And so it's just like I have no sympathy for that. But no, they have had a rough go of it. They've had a lot of injuries, and poor Lamar, man, he's struggled this year.
Yeah, he's had to poop a lot of times. Had a bad case of diarrhea in some games.
All right, fine, Sandy, I love you too. Fine. It's fun because like last year. The Bengals were the only team that wasn't in the playoffs of our division. Now we're going to be the only one that is in the playoffs. So it's going to be good. How's it going? Yeah, I'm pretty excited for it. So
I have envy. I have 100% envy.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, we had the number one pick 2 years ago. We had the number 5 pick last year, and we won the division this year. Like. That's good. That's good progression, if you ask me.
No, I mean, like you're acting like that's just the way it goes.
It doesn't. It's unbelievable. It's. I
mean, look at the Jaguars. The Jaguars have had the number one. They're actually pinned for the number one
again. Yeah.
Yeah. Who are they going to get? Do you actually think the Jaguars are actually going to No.
No, they're not.
They could.
Well, that biggest thing was the Urban Meyer debacle. If they can get a coach in there, it'll be better. But like,
they could draft Jesus Christ, and he couldn't float himself across the football field enough times to still somehow.
Yeah,
win
I
the
mean,
game for them.
I guess he could do it if he floated because you don't have to be on the ground technically. You can jump over people and stuff. So yeah.
You just imagine Jesus Christ going out for his arms are just like this the whole time.
Well, I mean, Trevor Lawrence has got the hair like Jesus. So
just one hand catching it each time.
Oh, there's so many jokes I can't say right now. There's so many jokes I can't say.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
All right,
Yeah.
we're in commercials right now, guys. We got another song. We're going to come back. Going to talk about Georgia-Bama. Going to talk about the line, how Georgia's somehow favored in that game.
I'm shocked by
Everyone,
that,
the odd makers are drunk.
Yeah.
They're drunk.
I mean, it's not by much, but it's still.
How are they?
I know.
I know. We'll get into it. We'll get into that here in just a few minutes. And then in the 9 o'clock hour today, got Marshall's Music News. Shinedown's got a brand new album getting released this year. They have a new single getting released this month. They actually teased it yesterday on Instagram.
Shinedown was one of my first ever ringtones.
Which song?
I Dare You. I was like 12 when that came out. So like, my first one was "Hips Don't Lie" by Shakira because I got a refurbished phone and it was already on there. I'm like, I'm gonna keep it. I love this song, so I kept it on there. And then I bought Lil Wayne Get Money or no, Make It Rain. Make It Rain. Yeah, that one. That was,
sure. Yeah.
I was 13. My phone's ringing to Make It Rain, and then it was I Dare You by Shinedown.
I remember the first time I got a cell phone. I went to it was U.S. Cellular, which is like a company in the Midwest.
Yeah.
And I had one of those Nokia phones that had a snake on it, and I just remember.
Oh, dude.
I just played the hell out of that, but I think my first ringtone was like the digitized version of like AC/DC's Thunderstruck.
Yeah, the beeps, yeah.
Like that. It was a digitized version of AC/DC's Thunderstruck was my first ringtone.
Yeah, it was my first like full on like music sounding ringtone. I had plenty of the deep ones.
Yeah, and I remember when I went and got my cell phone, I didn't have enough credit to actually get a cell phone, so my mom had to come with me and co-sign.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, this person will pay the $30 a month it costs to get a cell phone. Jeez. But yeah, it was like a Nokia that was like, I don't know, the size of
I had one of those
two
too.
cheese sticks.
I was excited because my first one, my parents told me there was no way I was getting a cell phone. And then on my 13th birthday, I opened it and it was a cell phone. I'm like, you guys are mean giving me a fake phone like this. They're like, no, it's real, you idiot. And I'm like, you said you weren't getting me one. And it had Snake 2 where you could run through the walls. Yeah, instead you didn't have to, you could go.
I've never played Snake 2.
You've never played Snake. I downloaded a Snake app on my iPhone. And it's there. So it's legit too. I'll send you the link for it because it's fun. It's fun to play.
All right, guys. We have we're gonna jump into 3 Days Grace right here, and then we'll be right back on the air. Let me make sure we are good right here. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. All right, got 4 minutes before we jump back on the air once again, talking about Georgia and Bama, the national championship game, which is a week from today. And they play the games on a Friday. I kind of wish they played on a Monday. I know that's a very quick turnaround, but that's how I'm so like I want to be satisfied. Like
I know
it's the Amazon theory of the 2-day shipping. Yeah. Like I want the game right now.
There's no way they could play the game today, but you kind of just want to see it.
Yeah, I'm like, you guys should be playing tonight.
Also, can I just real quick, Gibby, we're the division champs, bro.
Wait, what did Gibby say?
He's like, oh, but being a Bengals fan, ugh.
Gibby says, porn star dancing and Framing Hanley's Lollipop are my first read.
Porn star dancing? Oh, that's rough.
You know, to a young guy, that's like super cool, like the songs we choose. But I could just imagine how many girls I absolutely turned off by playing whatever my ringtone was.
Yeah, it's always funny to go back and like my first CD. I bought 2 CDs. It was my first 2 CDs I bought at the same time. And they were the first ones I ever bought. It was Nelly's Country Grammar.
Oh.
And get this, Limp Bizkit, Chocolate Starfish, and the hot dog flavored water.
Man,
which that is a great album. I don't care what anybody says. Rollin'.
I refuse to buy that album.
Really?
Because he sampled a 9 Inch Nails song.
Oh, yeah.
I was such a huge 9 Inch Nails homer at the time.
I can see you sitting there. No, man, he's ripping off Trent Reznor. I'm not doing it. No.
I'm like, this is garbage, dude. Like, you could have talked about any other band, but like, he had a song sampling 9 Inch Nails, like talking crap about them or whatever. And I was so mad. I refused to listen to or buy the. Still to this day, I have never actually listened to that album front to back.
Wow.
All right.
That's
That's
how
funny.
long I've held that grudge.
Yeah, you're a big Nine Inch Nails fan. You don't go after them.
I was, man. I was. Actually, Nine Inch Nails is playing the Shaky Knees Festival this year, which is in Atlanta in early May, late April, something like that. It's early May. And my wife goes, "Oh, so we're going to Shaky Knees this year?" I'm like, "Actually, just looking at my schedule, I don't think I can." She was like, "Clutch my pearls."
Yeah. You mean I don't have to go to a Nine Inch Nails show?
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Yeah, because I mean, like we have so the first 3 months of this year, we don't have anything. Like January, February, March, we've got no events, nothing. And then starting in April, going to the High Water Festival. In May, we have Welcome to Rockville. And we have like some other show. In June, we have I'm going to San Diego, my first time back in years and years and years, like almost 7 years. Going to see Tenacious D out there. Like I have a ridiculous schedule.
Yeah,
coming up this year.
I've got a few things that I want to do, but like we already have so many events that we have to do. Like here with the radio station, we got a lot of concerts coming up on the countryside. And EnMarket Arena. So it's just like I'm trying to plot days, and I'm like, I don't know. And it's,
did you see the news on the EnMarket Arena with parking?
No.
So the parking lot is not going to be done until May.
Oh boy. Okay.
Until May.
All right.
So they've rented out some like local churches to park in their parking lots. So they have 1,600 parking lot spots.
Oh man.
For a venue that holds 10,000 people. So they're telling people to park downtown, and they're running a free shuttle back and forth.
Okay,
but I'm
that's
like,
good.
That is going to be
a headache,
miserable.
Yeah.
Until the city
there's
gets
some
that
and there's
going.
some big events before. You said when?
May. So I mean, that's Riley Green, Morgan Wallen,
sold out show.
Yeah. There's some stuff.
WWE.
So yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we'll be right back. It's Rock 106.1, Savannah's Rock Station. Welcome to the Marshall and Friends show today with Jake Thompson, our afternoon host from Bob 106.9, joining me in studio. Good morning, Jake.
What's up?
All right, so we are live streaming the show currently, as we do every single weekday from 7 to 9. Just search the Cotter and Marshall Show on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, and turn us on and check out our beautiful faces and see what happens in between the breaks here at Rock 106.1. All right, so we were talking a little bit about the National Championship Game. Happens next Monday, ESPN, 8 o'clock, between number 1 Alabama and number 3 Georgia. They both won their bowl games this past Friday. Now, Vegas has put out the line on this game, and I'm stunned by it, Jim. And I'm look, I won't say I'm a huge college football guy, right?
Right.
I grew up in Central Illinois, there is no football team to get excited about. Northwestern, probably not.
Yeah.
The Illini. Stunningly, I found out they had a football team like 5 years ago. But Georgia is a 2.5-point favorite over Alabama in next Monday's game, which is crazy because Alabama, I felt like they kind of dominated Georgia in the SEC championship game, which just happened a few weeks ago. I mean, they beat the Bulldogs by 17 points 1 month ago.
Yeah.
How is Georgia a favorite in this game, Jake?
They beat Georgia by more They had more points just in the margin of victory than Georgia gave up pretty much all year. It was shocking to me, too. I think that Georgia, their win was more impressive in the semifinals. As much as I love the Bearcats, I kind of saw them losing to Alabama. But I was shocked, too. I would have definitely put Alabama as the favorite. I think it would be a close favorite, but it would still, I'm kind of shocked that Georgia's there.
Yeah, so Georgia's 2.5-point favorite over Alabama in the game next Monday. The total points, 52.5. Definitely shooting for the over there, obviously. Yeah. And then Alabama was a 6.5-point underdog before winning the SEC title game just a few weeks back. If they made it to the championship
game. How easily they won that SEC championship game, and how rough Georgia looked. I was shocked that they're the favorite now. It doesn't make sense. I don't know what they're seeing that causes that. I mean, it's going to be a great game, and I think it's going to be a close game, and I think it's going to be a stressful game for most Georgia fans. I'm shocked that it seemed basic to give the nod to the number 1 overall seed, the team that beat Georgia earlier in the year, or just a couple weeks ago, pretty handily, and has, I think, the better offense. I think Alabama definitely has the better offense, and anyone who's going to argue that is probably being a little bit of a homer. Defense is a different story. The Georgia's defense is incredible, but yeah, the fact that they were that was shocking. To me.
So once again, the college football playoff national championship game. Georgia's somehow favored. We're kind of stunned by this. We're not against it.
Yeah.
I mean, we want Georgia to win. Trust me, it's been one heck of a sports year for Georgia sports with the Braves winning the championship. Some other stuff. The Falcons still, are they eliminated?
No, they got eliminated yesterday.
Okay, well, they didn't get eliminated until week 17.
Yeah,
so pretty
very
good.
impressive.
So this year, not the worst sports year for Atlanta sports. I would love to see Georgia take home the win in the college football championship game. Once again, that is next Monday, 8 o'clock on ESPN. Maybe we'll even talk to the big guy next Monday
there you go.
and see what his thoughts are on the game. Now, over the weekend, a social media beef went a bit viral, and we've talked about him before. So we're going to get into what happened between Jake Paul and Dana White once again over the weekend, and it got pretty serious. So we'll dive into that next here on the Marshall and Friends Show on Rock 106.1. Here's Five Figure Death Punch. All right, guys, thanks once again for hanging with us. Oh, let me get us on time here. Got to make sure those commercials play.
Yeah. Everybody's favorite part of the day. Did you see the news for the big guy, by the way? You mentioned Big Frank.
What's going on with the big guy?
You haven't seen?
I haven't. I saw that he was on the morning show this morning.
That is now a permanent move.
Big guy's going to be on at 4:30 in the morning?
Yep.
Ugh.
I know. I know. So talking to him might not be as easy as it used to be.
So wait, what time is he
so I got
on for?
I am married to the person who works with him, so I should probably be able to tell you this, but I can't. There's I think it's 4:30, 5, and 6.
Okay, so I could get him on in like the 9 o'clock hour. That should be fine.
Maybe, yeah, I think so. But yeah, he's moving to the mornings now. Looks like
good for the big guy, Frank Sokowski.
Yeah.
Getting the bump to mornings.
Yeah.
See, we get a bump to mornings.
Yeah.
Then Cotter left, and then big guy gets bumped to mornings.
It's almost like he's following you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little weird.
Yeah, he's
a little weird.
Career trajectories are obviously very similar. He won Sportscaster of the Year. We bet one best morning show of the year. Like it's obvious.
Yeah.
We're very cool.
You guys just don't mention Georgia Southern in every tweet you send out. That's the only difference.
We don't send out a picture of Younghoe Koo that we took with him like 5 years ago, telling everyone how much we know him. I called him out on that. It was pretty fun.
Yeah. He loves doing that.
All right, guys. Once again, going to talk about Jake Paul and Dana White. So what's going to happen is, and this is the first time I've done this since I've kind of taken over the helm of the show, I'm going to play some audio back, and hopefully it doesn't screw up.
Yeah.
So I'm actually playing it through the editor, so I'm going to pop this up and turn that on, and hopefully that plays.
What's that other pot next to you? What is that?
That's radio.
Nope.
It's radio down here. Editor, Barracks box.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, even I'm not like there's a lot of extra steps with this setup here. I'm excited for the new studios though. That's going to be
I can't wait to go up there and check them out.
Yeah, they got a lot of work done over the last week or two.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, so I was talking to A-Dub via text message during the holiday break, and I'm like, "Hey man, got this done. Happy New Year!" And he's like, "Hey man, thanks, appreciate it. I've been working my knuckles to the bone.
Oh, yeah.
Blood is coming out of them because I've been working so hard in the studios." And I was like, "Yeah, I don't care." Shut up.
Got to
bitch.
tell him how hard he's working.
I get it. You work hard.
Yeah.
All right, pal. I should get him a trophy once it's all over with.
Hardest work here.
No, I'm gonna get a trophy that just said "You did it,"
There you go.
with nothing else, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop everyone in the building in our new studio space when everyone's in the building for the first time. I'm like, guys, Aaron's worked really hard. Here's the "You did it" trophy.
The congratulations.
All right, guys, got Five Figure on Death Punch on right now, and we're jumping into Beastie Boys. After Beastie Boys, we will jump on the air.
You said we have another song?
Yeah, we got 3.5 minutes. Okay. Porn star dancing. Yeah, Texas chick got me into that tune. Oh, she was so much fun. Badass crazy, but so much fun. Pictures, please. Okay. Yeah, drop some links to that girl. The You Did It trophy. Yeah, you could put it next to the the shitter splitter. Yeah, totally. Did he build a spot for Hefe 2 or 3? I don't know. Actually, you know what? Like I said, I haven't been up in the studios in like a week and a half. Yeah, it's been almost 2 full weeks since I've been up to the new studio. So I'll have to go up there and let you know. I don't know if we'll ever bring Hefe back into the studio. Possibly. I don't want to say never, but right now, Hefe is just living his best life. Hefe 2's dead, though. So Hefe 3 is sort of alive. Tell AW to stop bitching. There are companies that you could pay to do that work. Yeah, he knows. He even got a budget to pay them. He's trying to save money, though. All right, guys, coming up next, going to talk about Jake Paul versus Dana White. So Jake Paul over the weekend tweeted out a list of demands. And it's pretty interesting. So we'll talk about that coming up here next. And then to wrap up our live stream today, I'll actually play back some audio from Dana White in response to what Jake Paul tweeted out over the weekend as well. In the 9 o'clock hour today, we'll do Marshall's Music News. Like I said, I got a story on Shinedown. We'll also talk about Metallica being one of the most highly played Spotify bands of 2021. They have broke like the billion streaming minute number like 3 years in a row. Unbelievable. Does the new studio have a bar or live stage? Ooh, we should have put in a live stage. We don't have enough room for the live stage. But, I think we do have a bar in there. Yeah, the new spot's going to be pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. Pretty excited to check it out.
We're burning these chairs, right? When we get to the new studios,
Yeah.
burn them.
Not a fan of that chair either. And I sat in it for 7 months. All right, guys, 1 minute. 1 minute. We'll jump back on. We'll talk about Jake Paul and his tweet. He notes app. He notes app a tweet. You knew it was going to be a good one when people are dropping notes apps.
Yeah.
Usually notes apps are held exclusively for apologies on Twitter. You know, like, I messed up. I shouldn't have said that incredibly racially charged word 1,000 times while drunk on video at a bar. Yep. Sorry for that.
Yep.
Usually notes apps are held for stupid apologies. Yeah. But Jake Paul laid out an interesting kind of line for Dana White. So we'll dive into that. I'll go over his statement, and then we'll take a short break. We'll play some commercials. Then we'll come back and play the audio of what Dana White said in response. Actually, 15 seconds. We'll be right back. Rock 106.1, Savannah's Rock Station. Welcome to the Marshall and Friends show this morning with Jake Thompson from Bob 106.9.
What's happening?
Joining me. Now, you can listen to the show in multiple ways. You can download the app for free via the Apple app or Google Play Store. Get us on your in-home smart speakers or listen live at rock1061.com. Now, this beef has been going on for quite some time, Jake. I'm sure you've heard about it between Jake Paul from the
it's the
Paul brothers, Logan Paul, whatever. Jake Paul versus head of the UFC, Dana White. Now, Jake Paul has become kind of a weirdly famous boxing guy.
Yeah.
I won't even call him really a real boxer. Now, he is undefeated at 5-0, but he's beaten like former basketball players, and he's now beat a UFC champion twice in just boxing.
And it's one of those things where it's like, I can't stand the guy at all, and I thought a lot of his fights early may have been like fixed. That last knockout of Woodley, it was legit, I think.
It looked really good.
He's not a terrible boxer, but he's not as good as he thinks he is.
Well, so Dana White and Jake Paul have been like throwing out accusations against one another for a while. Jake Paul says that Dana White is a cokehead and doing all this cocaine, and Dana White says that he thinks he's doing steroids. Jake Paul is, and that's how he's winning his fights. So
checks out.
So Jake Paul via Twitter over the weekend laid out a notes app styled breakdown. He said that he would retire immediately from boxing and enter the USADA and agree to a one-fight deal with the UFC to fight weak chin Jorge Masvidal, who is a monster inside the UFC octagon. Now, to do this, he has demanded that the UFC increase their minimum pay per fight to $50,000. Currently, it's $12,000. Number 2, he says, guarantee UFC fighters 50% of the annual revenues from the company. They made $1 billion in 2021. So that means $500 million will go back to the UFC fighters. And he said he wanted also long-term health care provided to all fighters, which all sounds amazing, right? Especially for the fighters. They're the product.
It's that meme, the worst person you know just made a very good point.
Yeah, I mean, all that sounds really, really great. Now, he has given Dana White 5 days to accept and to implement all of the above by March 31st of this year. Now, Dana White, via the Twitter, also has responded to what Jake Paul said, and it's exactly what you think Dana White would say. So we'll get to that. We'll actually play back the audio of what Dana White said to Jake Paul, and it's pretty good. Coming up here in just a few moments on the Marshall and Friends Show on Rock 106.1. All right, guys, back into commercials right now.
Yeah, this whole thing is very interesting to me.
Yeah. So, yeah, we've got, let's see. Could you scroll down a little bit? Put the mouse over the sound bars below. Scroll down. There you go.
Oh, okay.
I'm just going to see if I can play this back from here.
Jake, you never responded to the challenge. You publicly stated that I use cocaine. I do not. So I told
you guys can hear that on the stream, right? Everyone heard that on the stream, I'm guessing?
No one's answering us yet. They all hate us. Okay. Gibby says yep.
Awesome. Yeah, so we'll play Dana White's response to that here in just a second.
So can I tell you, yesterday, I was doing that stuff with Excel and I'm thinking a lot. I'm not used to thinking on Sundays. Watching football, So I was like mentally just worn out at the end of the day, and I read that email, and you actually sent me this audio to listen to. And all it said was Dana retort. Now, I only know one Dana in my life, and that is Cotter's wife. So I was very confused also because my name is Jake when I played this Dana retort, and it's like, all right, Jake, you accused me of doing cocaine. I'm like, what? Oh, wait, that was Dana White talking to Jake Paul. It took me about 4 seconds before it all clicked.
Yeah. And you were real slow yesterday.
It was bad. If we would have done trivia yesterday, I would have gotten 2.
Yeah, so we'll play that back here in just a second. But yeah, it's funny. So every day, Cotter and I had a system where we would put together stuff in a more collaborative measure. Now it's just me, so I put together the show and the outline that I think is best, and then I always send it to the person that I do the show with, so they know what we're talking about. So if
we're not blindsided,
you're not blindsided. So our question of the day, I like to have you guys know it so you can have a story of your own. It's funny to see some of the people that we have on 100% will actually read through it, and others 100% do not.
Yeah.
They're just like, hey, I'm here.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Here to do the thing.
They're still great, though. I mean, everyone I brought on is a radio person, so they know how to play the game.
As they say.
All right, guys. Once again, coming up here, we've got some commercials, and then we'll come back. We'll do some Faith No More, and then I think we're pretty much back on the air after that.
Nice. Did you catch up on any of the WWE stuff over the weekend? I know you're an AEW guy, but they had that pay-per-view that's not a pay-per-view anymore.
The day one thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Did you see what happened with that? So it was supposed to be Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns. They've been building this thing for a while. It was apparently supposed to be this big. It happened in Atlanta, and Roman got COVID and couldn't be there. And so they put Brock Lesnar, spoiler alert, into the main event, and he won. So now he's the WWE champion. But I don't know where they're going. So he's Brock's the WWE champion on Raw. Roman's the Universal champion on SmackDown.
Wasn't he? But he was supposed to fight Roman. So was he going to win the belt from Roman then?
I don't know. But the rumor was that Big E wasn't going to lose the belt, and then they put it on Brock because that's what they always do. So
They love giving Brock Lesnar a title.
I will say this babyface Brock Lesnar though, if you're a wrestling fan, he's fun. I will say this is the least I've paid attention to most wrestling in the last couple years. I think I've just been burnt out because there's just so much of it.
Yeah.
But I'll kind of catch up on recaps and stuff. But he's wearing coveralls and overalls and has his hair pulled back. He looks like Goro from Mortal Kombat.
Oh,
almost. Yeah.
Did he grow 2 extra arms?
He didn't grow the 2 extra arms, but I'm sure if anybody could grow 2 extra arms, it would be Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, steroids. Is that a side effect?
I think so.
Oh, well, just besides that and the flaccid penis.
He was in the USDA, so he's all right.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But no, I haven't watched much. Honestly, I haven't watched much wrestling recently. I keep up to date with AEW, but I watch like a recap video.
That's kind of what I do too.
Via YouTube. But
well, the problem is I'm on Twitter all the time, and everybody talks about it. So most of the time, when something big happens, I'm not able to watch on the nights that they're going. And when something big happens, I get it spoiled for me anyway, and then it takes all the.
Or what are you doing gymnastics?
Yeah, I'm just kind of trying to stretch out a little bit.
You're watching the live stream, which you are obviously at this point.
Yeah.
Jake's just trying to do.
I'm trying to pop my back is what I'm really trying to do.
Okay.
I'm trying to be subtle about it and not like leave the frame again. But I think I'm gonna. How much time we got?
We have quite a bit of time.
Okay, give me a second.
It's tough being radio guys. You got to keep your body in shape. Got to make sure your back is cracked. Yep. Tomorrow on the show, I believe we're going to have Stacy from Hot 98.3, which I'm excited about. She's always a handful. And then Mac will be back on Wednesday as well. So we have a lineup of very cool special guests this week. I think on Friday, we may even try to get a non-radio person on. I know, scandalous. I'm going to see if we can get maybe a good friend like Jeremy Hammonds from the brand new Underdog Brewing to come on and maybe co-host the show with me. Gibby says, bring the mic with you, Jake. We need to hear the cracks. Did you crack your back? Okay, thank God. I was worried.
Had this mic not be attached to this boom, I probably would have brought it.
Tony, if you're still on, Tony, have a great day. Thank you for hanging around with us.
She scared the hell out of me the other day.
Tony from Perk Texas Massage.
We were up in the new studios working, and she popped her head in and went, hey, I'm like, oh, man. I just wouldn't, because I thought it was just Aaron and Tim Janier and I.
Yep.
And she gave me a little bit of a fright.
So we have a new employee starting today.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Eddie.
Yep.
And maybe I'll have him on the live stream one day.
Yeah, there you go.
But Eddie is working for our new Spanish-speaking radio station, La Pantera, 96.1. It's not a very big like radio station like signal. Like you can hear it kind of mostly in Savannah, but it really covers the like
Bluffton, Hilton Head.
Bluffton, Hilton Head, Hinesville type of area.
Not Hinesville,
Hardyville. Sorry,
that would be a weird coverage map there.
But he's starting today, and Aaron he just walked by the studio.
Yeah.
So he just walked by. So he's from LA, and so I think he'd be probably an interesting guy. I guess he was on a morning show out there, being like a producer or something. But he's going to come in and do like afternoons on our Spanish speaking station.
We're excited, man. Yeah, a couple new arrivals. It's like every day last week we got an email. It was either from Aaron that was either, hey, a new arrival, or hey, it's Christmas, love you guys. And I didn't respond to any of them.
we had let's see, a new operations manager, a new Spanish-speaking La Pantera guy, and then we have 2 new salespeople, and we'll have one more hire as well.
Yeah,
2 actually. We'll have one person I think is going to help us out in promotions. Doing like street team stuff, and then we'll have whoever is going to come in and do the morning show with me.
It was just 2 years ago. We were all afraid we were going to get fired. So
now we're hiring everyone.
That was pretty good.
They're still going to fire us. That's
it might be us.
They got to bring them on there to get rid of us.
Yeah.
Rec goes, hola, hola, Senor Eddie.
There was nothing like that feeling of when 2 weeks into the pandemic, I got that call from Greensboro where our company's headquartered. And I was like, uh-oh.
What happened?
It was the CEO telling us about, we had to take a pay cut or whatever because of the beginning of the pandemic. So I was like, oh, okay. Oh. I'm not getting fired. Thank God. And his literal words were, hey, Jake, it's Dick. You're not getting fired. Don't worry. I'm like, okay, cool. Thanks. Appreciate you knocking that elephant out of the room real quick.
So when did he call you?
This was like 2 weeks into the pandemic.
Oh.
You know, he had to do it to kind of tell everybody, which I respected. I understood. It wasn't a huge deal. We were able to reverse that eventually, but when everything's so up in the air at the beginning of the pandemic, and especially in radio, I had multiple friends of mine get let go from their jobs across the country, and I'm just like, when's it going to happen to me? It's going to happen. It's going to. I was trying to think, what else can I do? It's like, I've only worked at Kroger and radio. It's like, I don't think I can go back to Kroger because I technically left on bad terms, I think.
Uh-oh, no.
Yeah.
What happened?
Okay, so the short version is, at the time, I was
on massive amounts of drugs.
Yes, exactly. No, so
burned it down.
So I was working in radio. I was going to school. I was substitute teaching, and I was working at Kroger all at the same time. There's a lot of craziness going on. So I had worked it out with my friend, who was the manager of this department at a new Kroger store. I said, "Listen, I need some extra money. I what if I came in and worked overnights occasionally and just kind of cleaned up the back stock and everything, do that kind of stuff that you can't do during the day because there's too many people." And she's like, "That's a great idea." So we ran it by management. We ran it by the store manager. Everyone was in on the plan. Cool, great, wonderful. I basically came and go as I pleased. I would come in, I would do like 3 or 4 hours of work, and then I'd bail. I'd make sure it all got done. So everyone was cool and on board with it. Well, then she got moved to another store, and then they decided they weren't cool with the idea. And I kept doing what I was doing, and they actually were like, "You can't do this anymore." And I'm like, "Okay." So then they just stopped putting me on the schedule. And so like for like 2, 3, it was like 3 weeks in a row I wasn't on the schedule. So I just stopped checking and never went back. So I'm assuming I've got some sort of demerit red mark when it comes to working at Kroger again. But
Maybe at Publix.
Maybe, yeah.
Be the guy that makes
That's
the
where
sandwiches.
shopping is a pleasure. Yeah. Those pub subs I thought it was stupid that people freaked out about pub subs until I had a pub sub, and it was game changer.
They're not bad.
No, they're really good.
I was walking into Publix the other day, and I saw some guy like getting a sandwich, and I thought nothing of it. And I like looked at the sandwich they were making. You know those like sport peppers you like see or those like whatever. I think they're like full like banana peppers. This dude had them loaded over, like stem and all, and I was like,
ugh,
"What is happening
too much
on that guy's sandwich?"
Yeah, I don't want sticks in my sandwich.
All right, guys, we got another like 4 minutes or so going back on the air with our last break of the day, talking about Jake Paul and Dana White. Going to play back that audio of Dana's retort to Jake Paul, and then we'll wrap up the live stream for the day, and then we'll continue on 9 o'clock.
Is it already 9 o'clock almost? My goodness.
Yeah, we'll talk about the EnMarket Golden Ticket, and then we'll get into some Marshall's music news with Shinedown. Once again, new album coming out early this year, and a new single coming out this month, and then Metallica hitting a major number on Spotify, like in the billions.
Wow.
Marshall, did you watch Cobra Kai? Yeah, I watched the first 3 or 4 episodes just last night. I couldn't watch football anymore.
Yeah.
Because I was zoned in on football because I was fighting for $350 with my fantasy football team, which I won. But yeah, I wound up watching 3 or 4 episodes of the new season. It's pretty good.
Yeah. I'm so far behind on the shows I need to watch.
Yeah, I really, really like Cobra Kai.
I need to go back and watch that. I haven't seen any episodes of that, but I watched the first 5 minutes of Book of Boba Fett before I was told I had to turn it off.
Why?
Well, I wasn't told that.
It was pretty good.
I liked what I saw, so I'm excited to get back and watch that. And then I just haven't had time because of football and other things. The new season of Letterkenny came out the day after Christmas, and I've yet to watch that. So.
My wife has agreed to watch Letterkenny.
Nice.
I think we're gonna dive because I'm now a Hulu guy.
It is a lot of fun. It takes a minute because there's so many like lingo, like so much lingo that you may not know because it's all Canadian. But once you kind of pick up on it, it's so good, man. It's so funny.
All right, guys, 3 minutes before we jump back on the air. Let me make sure we're good to go. Let me stop the radio station so we can talk and everything, and get rid of this song. All right. I think we'll have enough time. I think we'll be good. This break will be pretty short. We're just going to kind of reset. We'll play the audio, and then we'll jump right out of it.
Yeah.
Won't be that long. Dana White audios, I think something to the effect of a minute and a half or so.
That's not bad.
Yeah, have a great day. Holly says, have a great day. Much love, and roll tide. Later, Rhett's. You guys have a great day. Thanks for hanging around on the live stream. We do appreciate it.
I don't know if Mac has outed herself or not, but she is an Alabama fan.
Yes.
So okay, so we'll just need to make sure that I tried to avoid conversation with her before the Cincinnati game because I knew she was going to be like, meh, meh, meh. And she texted me afterwards, and I was like, it had nothing to do with the game, thankfully, because I saw it pop up, and I'm like, crap, she's going to say something and didn't say that. Like, okay.
So I mean, a good thing about Mac is she likes football, but I don't think she likes football, if you know what I mean.
She won't like she likes Alabama. She likes watching Alabama. She roots for Alabama.
I don't think she really understands any of the intricacies too much of football. So she won't get in your face and talk about how great Nick Saban is as a football coach or anything. She's just like, yeah, Alabama's my team and I like them. Yeah, and that's as far as she goes.
That's fine.
She's not overbearing in that sense, which is nice because Alabama fans can be
a little bit. Alabama and Ohio State, and as I can say this as a Kentucky basketball fan, Kentucky basketball fans are annoying.
So, for me, it's St. Louis Cardinals fans.
Hate them,
and then I'm glad we could both agree there as a Reds fan and a Cubs fan. But yeah, just the worst.
I'm not a big fan of the Cubs either, but I can tolerate them more than I can tolerate.
Yeah,
I know more doucheless Cubs fans than doucheless Cards fans. The only one I know is our buddy in Jacksonville. That's the only person I know who I can sort of tolerate as a Cardinals fan.
That's a good point.
Everybody else is the worst.
Rhett says he finished The Witcher. It was great. That's awesome. Yeah, I watched the first episode. We got to get back into season 2.
Yeah.
But
there's just so much out there. There's literally not enough time in the day. It's you need to schedule a stream day where you just catch up on everything.
Yeah, they've definitely put out a splurge of stuff here at the end of the year. Cobra Kai just hits the right stuff. It's going to be crazy, wild. Getting ready to start it. Yeah, I mean, I can't wait to check it out. All right, hold on. Do this, and then all right, guys, we'll be right back. It's Rock 106.1, Savannah's Rock Station. Welcome to the Marshall and Friends show today. Jake Thompson from Bob 106.9 joining me in studio. So just a few seconds ago, Jake, we were talking about Jake Paul versus, definitely not you, Jake Paul versus Dana White.
It's been interesting.
They've had a social media beef for a while. Now Jake Paul is asking for all sorts of stuff to be implemented into the UFC that is pretty much against Dana White's wishes. He wants fighters to make half of the UFC annual revenue. He wants the pay per fight to go from $12,000 to $50,000 of fights. And he wants fighters to have long-term health care. Now, these are all great things, and everyone's like, of course we get behind these things. Now, if Dana White implements them, he is going to retire from boxing and then sign a one-fight deal with the UFC and fight Jorge Masvidal, which I think everyone would love to see because I think Jorge Masvidal would absolutely
destroy his face
in a fight. Well, this was put out via Twitter, I think on Saturday, and within 2 hours, Dana White actually put out a video with his response, and we're gonna play that back for you right now. Here it is.
Jake, you never responded to the challenge. You publicly stated that I use cocaine. I do not. So I told you could randomly cocaine test me for the next 10 years. I believe that you're a cheater, and I believe that you use steroids. So I want to randomly steroid test you for the next 2 years. And that thing that you came out with today, nobody on earth thinks that you really wrote that. You're too stupid. And for those of you that don't know, if you've ever watched one of his fights and you see when they do the stare down, the guy that's standing in the middle with the warlock nose and the big warlock wart on his face, apparently that's his manager. And that guy used to be an accountant for me. And let's just say this. He no longer works for me, and I think he's a scumbag. But if you two think that you can do it better than we do, we're doing this whole thing wrong. You could treat the fighters better than we do. Knock yourself out. Go start your own business. It's easy to do. Get the warlock on it. The warlock can get it started for you. What you and the warlock should be focused on is your business. You're tanking. You can't sell pay-per-views. No, yeah, you're calling out Jorge Masvidal because he's a pay-per-view superstar. Nate Diaz, Conor McGregor, Mike Tyson. These are all superstars. You're not. You can't sell pay-per-view. So you do whatever the hell you want to do. I'm ready to roll, buddy. I don't use cocaine. Do you use steroids? Let's do this, Jake.
It's so crazy.
I love that. I mean, like, that was up within like 2 hours of Jake Paul putting up this
We need
post.
a I don't use cocaine drop for the show.
I'm going to get it crocheted into a pillow
Exactly.
and have it hang here on the live
I
stream.
mean, these are two of the worst people on the planet, and but I loved my hatred for Jake Paul is
yeah.
massive.
This is my favorite ongoing online beef currently
Yeah.
in America,
Yeah.
in the world.
and I don't believe any of it. Again, I don't believe anything like this. It's all staged to me.
All right, guys, coming up here in just a little bit, going to give you details on the EnMarket Golden Ticket, how you can win tickets to every single event, concert, hockey game inside the EnMarket Arena, opening up here in mere weeks right here in Savannah. It's coming up next on Rock 106.1. All right. There we go, man. Dana White going on.
Crazy, man.
Sandy says, got to go get medicated and try to take care of the few aches and pains. Y'all have a great day. Yeah, thank you so much, Sandy,
Yeah.
you too. All right, guys, that is a wrap for the live stream for today. Thank you so much for hanging out. We're back to a regular schedule, 7 to 9 every single weekday morning, so come hang with us. Special guest, I think Stacy is joining us tomorrow. We'll have Mac in this week, and we'll see if we can get a special guest in on Friday. But other than that, we'll see you then. Question of the day should be going up around 11 o'clock, so make sure to check that out on the Rock 106.1 Facebook page, and we'll see you next time.
See you guys.
Can you hit the button there? Stop recording and stop.